For all you Dragon Ball fans out there that wish that the storyline of Super led up to the one in GT, today is your lucky day because we are going to explore how these two universes could be one and the same. How could the events of Dragon Ball Super lead into the ones from GT? Now, we have 6 major hurdles that we have to hop over to make this happen. So, without further ado, let's get started with the one in Dragon Ball Minus. Dragon Ball Minus is the backstory for Dragon Ball Super, but it is not the backstory for the rest of the Dragon Ball franchise, because both the Z manga and anime refer to Bardock, the father of Goku, as the real events that happened in the backstory. So which one is it? You can't have them both. Well, there's honestly no way to combine these two, and this whole entire experiment breaks down here and now. But what we can do is get a little creative here. What if Dende was raising cannabis plants on the lookout the whole time, and all of the cast went there to get high, and so the events of Dragon Ball Minus are just an hallucination from these characters, but the events from Bardock, the father of Goku, are the official backstory. There we go. That one has been solved. The next one is the fact that Super Shinron exists in Dragon Ball Super, but he's nowhere to be found in GT. What could have happened? Well, maybe Super Shinron got overtaxed when he had to revive all of those universes that Xeno destroyed. Remember how Elder Kai was always talking about how bringing people back from the dead is unnatural? Well, imagine how bringing back entire universes from the dead is super unnatural. And as a result, it causes Super Shinron to build up too much negative energy where he basically just destroys himself and kind of explodes, and what's left of his energy gets instilled into the Black Star Dragon Balls. Remember, the Black Star Dragon Balls were just Dragon Balls made by Kami and Piccolo before they had split up from each other, and what made these dragons so powerful and so special? What made these Dragon Balls so different from the original ones? Well, think about it. Remember how Super Shinron that comes out of the Black Star Dragon Balls, he's much larger, and his Dragon Balls don't just scatter over Earth. They scatter over the entire universe. That is very similar to how Super Shinron is, and that leads me to think that they have something to do with each other. So basically, in this universe, the Black Star Shinron is basically a reincarnation of Super Shinron. So that takes care of that one. How about the fact that there is no Beerus, Xeno, Whis, etc. in Dragon Ball GT's continuity? What happened to them? Well, remember, Android 17 asked the dragon to revive all of the universes that were destroyed. Remember, at the end of the Goku Black fight, Zamasu literally turned into an entire universe. So if all universes were getting revived, that means that Zamasu is getting revived too, because he's a universe. So he basically goes back to what he was doing and starts his Zero Mortals plan all over again, except this time he doesn't have a physical form that can be destroyed, and he's still immortal. So he ends up killing the Pride Troopers, killing all the warriors from all the different universes. He ends up killing Broly somehow, and the Kais find out about this, but it's too late. They all get killed except for Supreme Kai. He fuses with Kibito in order to gain more power, so that's why he's fused again in Dragon Ball GT. And at the end of the day, they end up relying on a wish made on Super Shinron to basically permanently and irrevocably destroy Infinite Zamasu. And they did it at a great cost because basically there's almost nothing left again. The whole entire multiverse pretty much looks like future Trunks' reality. There's very little left except for just Supreme Kai, well, he's Kibito Kai now, and the 2 Xenos. That's pretty much all that's left. Supreme Kai in Universe 7 and the 2 Xenos. That's all that's left in the hierarchy, and they basically blame each other for what happened to the multiverse, and they end up getting into a serious fight, and they end up canceling each other out. They end up blinking each other out of existence. So that's why the hierarchy is different, and that's why Supreme Kai is refused. There. That's basically 2 birds with 1 stone. Now we have to address why the transformations are different. Why Super Saiyan 4 if they had access to Red, Blue, and Ultra Instinct? Why? Well, let's think about these transformations for a bit. These transformations all basically use kind of like a divine energy that's meant for immortals, like Whis and Beerus to use. It's not meant for mortals, like Saiyans and Namekians to use. So basically, these powers are so unnatural that they end up shortening the lifespan of mortals because they're not meant to be used in mortal bodies. Maybe Zamos was onto something when he talked about mortals not being worthy to use those kinds of powers. So in response to that, obviously, Piccolo and the Saiyans don't want to die, even though they're using unnaturally strong power, so they learn how to contain all of that power into their base forms so they don't need to use unnatural transformations that aren't meant for them. That is why in Dragon Ball GT, Goku is so ridiculously overpowered in his base form and is able to do things that in Dragon Ball Super he needed Ultra Instinct or Super Saiyan Blue to do. It's because they have vowed never to use immortal forms again because it's unnatural and they want to keep their lifespans as long as possible. And because they became so much stronger in GT, the events of Dragon Ball Super aren't really that relevant to power scale anymore, and that's why they don't even talk about them anymore. So there, that's how Dragon Ball Super can flow into Dragon Ball GT. Let me know what you think in the comments below.